Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. A salute to the hopeful elect, pushing his word in truth and sincerity, hoping to receive mercy from Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahweh is the name of our Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is the name of his only begotten Son, that's who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Latinos, we are the Israelites, that's according to the prophecies of the Holy Scriptures. So this is the brother Shamar from the GMS Jamaica camp, and as we approach, you know, the so-called Christmas Day, another year, I've seen a lot of Christmas celebrations, people erecting Christmas trees and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know, brothers have been doing lessons, reminding people about the pagan origins of the Christmas holiday. So in that spirit, the Lord had me look into it and actually found this article, you know, addressing just that. And it's actually a recent article from NBC News dated December 23, right? Actually, it's not recent. It's actually 2012. I thought I saw it 2022. So it's actually an article that's been around for 10 years now on NBC News. And the title is Pagan Roots, 5 Surprising Facts About Christmas. Just going to read some of this article, get a couple precepts. I pray this lesson is edifying. So when you gather around the Christmas tree or stuff goodies into a stocking, you're taking part in traditions that stretch back thousands of years, long before Christianity entered the mix. All right. The modern Santa Clauses are direct descendants of England's Father Christmas, a modern incarnation of old pagan ideas and spirits who travel the sky in midwinter. And the precepts are going to hit, going to highlight the significance of why we shouldn't be following these old pagan habits. All right, but let's read on nevertheless. Well, I think I read that first article already. Right, so that first paragraph, so I'll go to the second paragraph. Pagan or non-Christian traditions show up in this beloved winter holiday, a consequence of early church leaders melding Jesus' nativity celebration with pre-existing midwinter festivals. Since then, Christmas traditions have warped over time, arriving at their current state a little more than a century ago. Read on for some surprising origins of Christmas cheer and find out why Christmas was once banned in New England. All right, and if you follow Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you wouldn't be celebrating Christmas. You wouldn't be erecting any Christmas trees, anything like that. All right, early Christmas had a soft spot for pagans. It's a mistake to say that our modern Christmas traditions come directly from pre-Christian paganism," said Ronald Hutton, a historian at Bristol University in the United Kingdom. However, he said you'd be equally wrong to believe that Christmas is a modern phenomenon. As Christmas spread their religion into Europe in the first centuries AD, they ran into people living by a variety of local and regional religious creeds. Christmas missionaries lumped all of these people together under the umbrella term pagan, said Philip Shaw, who researches old Germanic languages. Right? The term is related to the Latin word meaning field. Shaw told Life Science. The lingual link makes sense, he said, because early European Christianity was an urban phenomenon, while paganism persisted longer in rustic areas. Early Christians wanted to convert pagans, Shaw said, but they were also fascinated by their traditions. Christians of that period are quite interested in paganism, he said. It's obviously something they think is a bad thing, but it's also something they think is worth remembering. It's what their ancestors did. Perhaps that's why pagan traditions remained even as Christianity took hold. The Christmas tree is a 17th century German invention, University of Bristol's Hutton told Life Science, but it clearly derives from the pagan practice of bringing greenery indoors to decorate in midwinter. The modern Santa Claus is a direct descendant of England's Father Christmas, who was not originally a gift giver. However, Father Christmas and its other European variations are modern incarnations of old pagan ideas about spirits who travel the sky, right? And you can read on the article, there's other reasons, but that was the main thing. I just skimming through the article. Brothers can pause and read it if they want to read more, or go to the link. right? But let me get some precepts, man. So this is Jeremiah 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord has spoken unto you, or speaketh unto you, O host of Israel. So this is the word that the Lord spoke to Israel, because the Lord is only dealing with the Israelites, man. And if you don't follow what the Lord says as an Israelite, you'll be punished, right? So let's read on. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemir Shai, learn not the way of the heathen. We're not supposed to learn the ways of these pagans. Let's read on. And be not dismayed at the signs of the for the heathen are dismayed at them. Signs of the heavens, meaning like when we see those chariots, we see astrological events like eclipses, so forth, blood moons. We're not to be dismayed. For the customs of the people are vain. You know, let's look up what vain means. I think I have a little internet, so let's look it up. In Jeremiah 10, verse, I believe that was 3 or 2. Verse 3. So let's look up that Hebrew word for vain, if it will load. All right. Of course, it's not loading, even though I have some internet. So let's just get the Merriam-Webster just for time's sake. So this is vain, having or showing undue or excessive pride in one's appearance or achievements, marked by futility. This is the second definition that makes more sense. Marked by futility or ineffectualness, useless, unsuccessful, having no real value. So the customs of the people are useless. They have no real value. You know, they are. That's pretty much it. Useless. So the customs of the people are vain, aka useless. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold. When they said deck the halls with balls of holly or whatever them said, tra la 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 la. So this is a very old custom that's even outlined in the Bible, man. And the Bible says that Israelites are not supposed to follow the ways of the pagan or the heathen. Once again, you Israelites are you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Latinos. All right. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails with hammers that it move not. Right. And it goes on to say they are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. And when you further look up the pagan origin of this Christmas tree, it goes back all the way to the days of Babylon. That's why this custom is actually outlined in the scriptures, right? I believe when I did my research, it was saying that it went back to even Nimrod. Nimrod, when he passed away, when he died, I believe it happened right by a tree, or his blood splashed on a tree or something like that, and then they used that tree to signify that he was reborn through that tree. So it's an ancient pagan um, belief or custom that has no real value. Next to the real living God, which is Yahweh Bashem Shai. All right, so we're not supposed to learn it, man. Because we're really not supposed to be following the heathen or the pagan. We are supposed to be setting the trends or teaching the world. So this is Deuteronomy 4 verse 5. Behold, right? Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my by power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath Yahweh so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for? So when we spread our light, our gospel, our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, that is going to be our wisdom in the sight of the nations, who will in turn, the heathen and the pagan, the other nations will look on unto the Israelites and say, sure, this is a wise and understanding people. you know that really understand nature, really understand um, the creator and his creation, and really understand how to navigate existence and life. Yeah, we're not supposed to be following their darkness, but we're supposed to be leading them down the path of righteousness, which we will do. We will do in the kingdom of heaven, right? But even now, the law still stands, so we're not supposed to be learning the way of the heathen, you know. But we're supposed to be teaching them the wisdom of the scriptures. So, like, yeah, a bit under the weather. So that's pretty much it, man. Those I just wanted to point out, hey, of course, there's more precepts on this topic, but just wanted to point out the fact that hey, Christmas is a pagan holiday, and brother's not supposed to be taking part in the celebrations or anything now. Like, 1 second. Yeah, so it's good to. I mean, it's not good to be over righteous, saying you're not going to eat cake or this and that, but to us it's just cake. It's just our Christmas meal. We're not in that Christmas spirit. We're not celebrating Christmas. If we receive a gift, fine, but we're not in that whole Christmas spirit, you know. So I pray this lesson was edifying. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bashim Kodash, and Shalom to the elect.